everyone, welcome back. This is Denise, and today I'm going to work on the Hahnemühle cold press watercolor paper, and I've got half a sheet here. It's something that I did half a sheet of a while back. I don't remember what project we were doing, but it was one of those where I did half a sheet, and this is the other half. And I thought I'd pull back out this Masha's watercolors because it's some of my favorite. And I had some on the little palette that I still haven't cleaned off. And what I want to do is another kind of sampler-ish set, but maybe a little more minimalist, possibly. Maybe a few shapes, maybe a few lines, maybe some black ink with my regular dip pen. This is my Kakamori, just regular dip pen. Which is my favorite of the dip pens. It's a nice strong tip there. And I'm not really thinking any color specifically, but I am kind of looking at what I've got here on my palette, which I might just spritz with some water and just kind of use what I've got on here. Maybe just adding some little bit of color to that. And I'm just using my Raphael Zero soft aqua mop brush and just kind of moving this around and saying, you know, what can I end up with? And we could dip a few other colors in there. I could kind of do, oh yeah, there we go. I like that. Oh, I like that. Maybe some lines coming outside. I'm trying to hold it far back. I want to not have complete control over it. And I like that this is in the palette where we're kind of still mixing in our harmonious palette that we'd already been working in with that other one. Because I like the way the colors combined in that one, and I thought, ooh, let's play in that palette again. So I'm almost thinking this deep purple over here. Just dropping some color in to get it really deep in some spots. And maybe I'll pull that off with some orange on this side, maybe. Oh, look at that. Maybe something coming further off down this bottom part here. That's kind of different. What might be nice is if I can drag some of this color just with the end of the paintbrush. Okay. I'm almost thinking that for color wise I might be there. I might come back and maybe drip some white in here and make these bloom out and get some variation on the light and dark. Yeah, I might do that right here too. I could pick up color if I wanted to pick some of that up, but I'm kind of feeling like making it spread out would be nice a little bit, just to give us some variations there between the light and the dark, possibly. I kind of liked that cobalty blue kind of color in that palette that we had used before, so maybe I'll just dip that in there. Doesn't have to be anything major, but I did kind of like it. That little pop might be nice, and I'm kind of liking that there. I kind of feel like now I want to come back in with maybe some Neocolor 2 crayons, or possibly, and those were the Masha's colors. Let's see what colors those were. Those were Flame and Peach. That's Blue Iron with that blue there. That purple was Ultramarine Purple. This was the little set of 20 that Masha's made for me. But they also have, she usually fills these up quite regularly, like the 36-piece sampler set. That was my very favorite set to kind of pick and choose from. And she's got lots of other stuff always coming out. So I love these beautiful colors. They granulate, they pop off the page really beautiful. So it's fun to come back and play in these when I've kind of left them alone for a while. And I'm letting these dry while I'm talking so we can watch it do what it's going to do. But I also kind of want to maybe get some water soluble pencil. My ones I usually use up here are not water soluble. Oh, here we go, a Stabilo. So this is a black Stabilo mark saw. It is water soluble, and it'll kind of squish and move around in my wet watercolor, but it's kind of fun to do. And I've got paint all over that, so I might just take my eraser. Ooh, that had stuff in it that I did not intend. I don't know what that was, but I have apparently sharpened something that popped out everywhere. So now that's going to be an extra feature on there. I don't know what. I need to empty my sharpener, I guess. Never open the stuff on top of your watercolor. Terrible about that. We're going to let it kind of do its thing. We're gonna be okay with it. I think real quick, because I see this off over here, I could kind of get this spreading a little bit and make it come off over there. That might be fun. And maybe even a little bit over here, just spreading it even further slightly, just as a why not. And whatever that was, whenever this is dry, I'll see if it'll brush off. I don't want to brush any more than I already did. I got a couple spots there that are interesting, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of digging that. But I marked over here. Kind of feel like I want to maybe get a mark over there. I like that. Okay, I like that. Kind of thinking now I need to let this dry because I want to do some maybe asemic writing on here, and I need this to be dry to do that. So I'll be right back. All right, I think we're mostly dry, and I'm just going to get out some Black Magic black ink and maybe go play with my dip pen. Maybe get a little sample out and just see what we got going. Get it started. And whoa! And if you're of the people who are like, I can't get the gold to work in a big dip pen that I don't normally use, this pen is great. Let me just get this out and test it out. I'm always thinking of different ways to use all my supplies, but did get a good dip in there. And see, this pen, these work great with that gold too. So, just in case, I just thought I'd mention that. You got to get creative with your supplies and just see, how can you use things differently than you normally do, or if something's not working for you the way that it works for me, okay, what can you do? I'd like to get it started on a different sheet there. I'm kind of thinking, what if we do a little bit of writing? It doesn't have to say anything. Like, that's what I like about the asemic writing. It's just about play, making it look like it could say something. People are like, maybe it says this, or maybe it says that. Like, maybe it says something to them, and they kind of figured in their mind what they kind of think that says. That's what's fun about playing and doing different stuff like the writing. Just nonsense writing, but it's been very popular in art for a long time. I'm kind of wondering if I did like maybe some botanical work here. Just kind of go all the way. like the little weirdo, shaky, not perfect kind of botanical drawings. That's why I hold the pen a little bit further back. I'm not trying to get something exact and perfect. I like to play. I like the imperfection. But if you like the yummy, perfect, everything's the exact same size, then, you know, you do you. You know, next time I'm on video, I might say I like it perfect and straight. It's all there to change our mind and just see what we can create. Now I'm almost wondering, let me just get the pen wiped off. Almost wondering if maybe a little bit of some black splatter. Just going to dip my brush down into the ink. Ooh, yeah. Definitely some splatter. And then get that out of your brush pretty quick, because you don't want that drying in your brush. Okay, so that's definitely completely different. Am I done? Do I want a little stencil work? Do I need to add a little gold? Maybe I need some gold. Maybe I need to let this dry for a moment and maybe some gold. So I'll be right back. Before it's completely dry, what if I add a little offshoot to this vine? Kind of going that way. Just as an extra little whoop over there. Alright, I was thinking there was lots of different directions I could go. I could just add some little dots. I could leave it kind of minimalist. Then I remembered this Sean Petit Moroccan Tile number 3 stencil, and then I was kind of thinking, ooh, I could do a little bit of Moroccan tile over this in the gold because I like it. So I pulled out my Kuretake gold mica paste, which is my favorite gold, and I was just thinking I'm just going to do a little bit on here. I'm not trying to cover the whole thing. I don't want to imply that it's a big tile, although I could, but I do just want to see if I did a little of this, what would we get? All right, let's just see where we're at. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. That's actually very, very interesting. It's almost like what's under the layers through the years, kind of interesting is what I was kind of thinking. Ooh, that's very pretty. Okay, I think I'm there for today. I was also thinking I could do something like little hash marks and stuff like that. I could do little gold dots. I've got my gold zig pen. I could come in here and just kind of add dots if I wanted. Because all that will be super shiny. It's the same gold that's in that ink is in that pen. Alright, there's a lot going on there. Let's peel the tape and see what we even have. Alright, we're going to call this one a complete fail, and you're not even going to see this video. Okay, so I actually decided that this was a complete fail, and I just wasn't even going to show you this video because sometimes, you know, I have complete fails, and the last fail video I brought you along on that and I did not hide the video, and I thought, you know what, I should just go ahead and show you this one, and it's a complete fail. I have fails too, but don't forget that on days when you have complete fails, you can punch out hearts and make these into something rather lovely and beautiful that you can add to your heart jar of art prompts, which I still have right here on my desk, of pretty little hearts. And so no paint day is a bad paint day. I mean, I truly thought this is going to be the first one I don't show you. because out of all the videos that I've filmed, and I've said, oh, you might not see this one, you've seen them all. I have not hid any of them from you. But now I'm thinking, okay, that was a complete fail, and maybe I'll just close this up for today. And at the same time, I thought, you know, it's not a complete fail. We can punch out hearts. Look at that. Then we can just save the day with our little hearts that we punch out that have a pretty shine to them. So there you go. No day is a complete fail when you can punch out lovely little hearts to add to our prompt jar. Look at that. Oh, okay, now I'm so happy. Like, I was actually kind of discouraged. I went and washed my paintbrush out. I went and washed out my water jars. I thought, okay, here's the one that you're not going to see. And this is the 2-inch heart that I'm using here. But yeah, I was like, you're not going to see this video because it's actually a fail. Like a true fail. But then again, look how beautiful things are when you punch out little hearts. So now we're going to say we saved the fail. It's not a fail. Let's just see, is there anything else that we can still get out of that? Why not? And there we go. Now we have saved the worst fail I've had in a year. Now look how pretty they are. Turn a fail into hearts, and then you have saved your day. And now I can go eat lunch a happy camper, because I was actually kind of mad that I painted that whole thing and spent all this time and ended up with something that I truly actually didn't like at all. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed painting with me today, saving a true fail at the end. You know, if you don't have like a little shaped punch, they've got butterflies out there. They've got the hearts. I've got a 2-inch heart. I've got a 3-inch heart. They've got little flowers. These, you can just find these on Amazon. A little butterfly. This is Sunlit is the brand. I've got some Bira ones brand. You could also get, that's the 2-inch heart versus a 3-inch heart. So that's a 2-inch heart that I used. There's little circles. So you can get creative. I've also got a square box punch. You know, I love the punches. I also have a Moroccan punch, but I don't know if they're still available, by Fiskars. A pretty Moroccan shape. So you may or may not be able to find some of these still, but they're amazing for saving the day with punching out a terrible piece of art, or just painting to punch out hearts. And then I save these and I put little prompts on the back, and on a day when you're feeling stuck, you can pull out your prompt and kind of make yourself go a different direction. So I've got, you know, paint using a palette knife. Some of these are ones I've added, not adding a prompt. Use your non-dominant hand to make marks and draw lines. And I have a whole little series of art prompt, a set of lines with different, how I made these, what prompts I've used to work in a series, make marks with a paint pen. So I've got a whole little playlist on my channel on making your own heart prompts, add some writing, add some contrasting accent color, and then there's some people that have added their own prompts in the comments of these videos. Try a different substrate that you don't normally use, and you can pull 3 or 4 at the start of your project and use it just like I use the color cube when I'm pulling colors. You could pull prompts to be like, okay, I'm going to use these prompts in a challenge for myself, and you can get real creative. So check out the art prompt playlist, and you'll find a video with prompts in the description, and people that have left little comments down below too. And I hope you enjoyed painting a big fail with me today and still saving it at the end with lovely little hearts, and I'll see you guys next time.